The protest in Jama Masjid area in the national capital has started. Several roads are closed for traffic. That's the update that we are getting for you. Mohit is joining us live at this point in time. Mohit, over to you. Tell us what's happening and bring us up to speed with the latest there.
हमारी आवाज यूं ही ललकारेगी अगर सरकार में दम है, अगर मोदी और अमित शाह में दम है तो हमारे
Well, Hina, right now what we can tell you is that the protest here at Jama Masjid has just started. You have Shoaib Iqbal as well as Alka Lamba present right here at the site of protest on stage. We've already spoken to both of them, and both of them have made it very clear that while on one hand clarity from the part of the government, which they say that, you know, on one hand you have the Prime Minister saying something and the Home Minister saying something else. They are both of them, in fact, Shoaib Iqbal as well as Alka Lamba have said that the government, it seems, is in fact misleading, is only misleading the people with respect to the NPR as well as the Citizenship Amendment Act, and they say that all of this is to head towards the NRC. Now you have obviously, you know, these leaders from stage very categorically calling out the government, saying that they will continue to protest in a peaceful manner, that is, but they will continue to stand against the Citizenship Amendment Act, and in fact they would not accept NRC in any form whatsoever. We also spoke to Mr. Shoaib Iqbal, in which he's very categorically mentioned to us that, you know, irrespective of how many days it takes, but they will continue to reject the NRC as well as and they will continue to boycott the Citizenship Amendment Act. And there are about 300 to 400 people who are already present here right outside the Jama Masjid area, listening to the speech that is being made from the stage at this particular point. At the same time, they say that, you know, this
present there. Stay with us, Mohit, at this protest that's taking place around the Jama Masjid area right now. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Bhavtosh as well. Bhavtosh, tell us where you are right now and what's happening around you.
Well, as Mohit was reporting, there is a minor protest that is going on here, which is being organized by Shoaib Iqbal and the local councillor from here. We just spoke to the DCP of Central District, MS Randhawa. He maintains that no incident of violence or clashes have been reported from any part of Delhi, that namaz has been offered peacefully. They are saying that they are maintaining a very close vigil on social media platforms to make sure that no one posts any inflammatory or a fake news. He has also told us that no protest will be allowed in New Delhi. There are two protests which have been planned. One is at Johor Bagh, which will start from Johor Bagh till the Prime Minister's residence, and the second protest that has been organized is one that will take place outside UP Bhavan. He has said that these two protests are illegal because prohibitory orders are in place. He has also said that he will later in the day be speaking to locals as well as to the elders of Wall City, make sure that no outsider instigate any of the youths. The protest has, we can show you that there is a gathering of at least 400-500 people. They're all saying that Citizen Amendment Act is completely illegal and discriminatory, and they will continue their protest, and the protest will be in a very peaceful manner. Paramilitary forces, Hina, have also been deployed in the Wall City.
Okay, Bhavtosh, you were there last week as well, last Friday, when we saw protests taking place around this area. Give us a sense of the number of people who have gathered today. What is the kind of preparation that Delhi police officials have done to ensure that things don't turn ugly, what we saw last week? I know precautionary measures are being taken, but a little bit about the kind of arrangements that are in place.
Well, last week when the protests were held, there was a gathering of thousands, and they had all gathered here at Jama Masjid, and then from Jama Masjid they moved towards Delhi Gate. The protest was stopped at Delhi Gate. Later at around 5:30 the protest got over, but some who came from outside, they were the ones who started pelting stones at the police. Then police used extreme brutal force to control the mob. Many got injured. Minors were also detained. 18 persons have been arrested in that case. The police have maintained that these outsiders came from Seelampur, Maujpur, and also from Zafrabad, and And as a precautionary measure, the clover leaf that connects Geeta Colony flyover with Rajghat has been shut. Both carriageways have been shut. Also, the old railway bridge which connects Trans Yamuna with the Wall City, that has also been closed by Delhi police. They are making sure that praise or protest, anything that happens here, will be done by locals, not by outsiders. They have said that only criminal elements had carried out the violence that broke out in Daryaganj last week.
All right, Bhavtosh as well as Mohit, requesting both of you to stay on with us. Let me now go across to my colleague Priyank as well, because apart from Jama Masjid area, there is an Anti-Citizenship Act protest that's underway in Johor Bagh area as well. Priyank, over to you. Tell us what's happening. Who are these people?
These are the members of ANJUMAN-E-HAIDERI who have gathered here soon after the Friday prayers have ended. Very interestingly, they have their hands, tied with black cloth, and that is the message which they want to give, that since the Bhim Army members were alleged to be involved in the Jama Masjid violence after Chandrasekhar was arrested by the Delhi police officials, these people want to give a message that they are peacefully protesting. That's why their hands are cuffed, tied with black cloth. They have been saying, since a week that we were not involved in any kind of violence, and to give a message that they are not the one who were involved in the violence which happened in Jama Masjid area. These protesters of ANJUMAN-E-HAIDERI have assembled here outside the Johor Bagh. This is a very sensitive area if you talk about the South Delhi, because we have witnessed series of protests which has been happening in this portion of the South Delhi every year. That's why Delhi police have also done proper precautionary measures, although the deployment is not visible here, but a few meters away from here, where the main road starts, Delhi police have done heavy barricading so that these people can be stopped if they plan to march ahead. So far, they have called for the march till the Prime Minister's residence, and certainly Delhi police won't be in a position to allow them to march till there. Back to you.
Okay, if possible, Priyank, could you also speak to a few of these people who are protesting today from the Bhim Army? What is going to be their demand from here on? And since you're telling us that they may not get the permission to reach Prime Minister's house, what is it that they plan to do?
Yes, Sandy, I would attempt to go ahead and talk to them, because their leaders are briefing right now. Let's see that they will be in the position to, give a soundbite or not. Let's attempt it.
सबसे पहली हमारी मांग है कि चंद्रशेखर आजाद रावण को रिहा किया जाए, CAA वापस लिया जाए और NRC वापस लिया जाए, देश को तोड़ने का काम ना किया जाए। मोदी जी झूठ बोलते हैं, योगी जी झूठ बोलते हैं, अमित शाह झूठ बोलते हैं, देश को गुमराह करके रखा गया। जो स्वाभाविक मुद्दे हैं हम लोगों के, उनसे बिल्कुल नकारा जा रहा है। वो कोई पूछ ना ले, आज नौकरी कहाँ है, आज एजुकेशन कहाँ है, स्कूल कहाँ है।
आप लोगों ने ये हाथ पे ये काले पट्टियां बांधी,
हम लोगों ने इसलिए बांधी है कि हम पुरअमन जो है पूरी तरीके से ये प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। पुलिस हम पे बार बार इस बात का आरोप लगाती है कि हम दंगाई हैं, हम उपद्रवी नहीं हैं, हम हिंदुस्तानी नागरिक हैं और हम पूरी शांति के साथ इस तरीके का प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। ये हाथ बात के इसीलिए साबित करना चाहते हैं कि ये जो हमारा मार्च है ये पूरा शांतिपूर्वक मार्च है।
Starting and as you heard that they have been demanding release of Chandrasekhar, who was arrested by the Delhi police officials after he kept on sitting inside the Jama Masjid, and now the march is slowly moving towards the BK colony. They have started from this Dargah-e-Madarsa, which is at Johor Bagh, and they will be attempting to march till Prime Minister's house. But what we are getting to know from Delhi police is that they will be allowed to march till a particular distance, probably before the Johor Bagh metro station. These protesters will be stopped. They are peacefully protesting, and as the call was made by one of the General Secretary of Bhim Army, Mahmood Pracha, that they will be tying their hands with black ropes so that no one can have an allegation on them that they have been indulging in the act of violence. But fact of the matter is that since the time Chandrasekhar appeared last Friday, after the Friday prayers at Jama Masjid, violence did break out after 5 p.m. when the Delhi police told these protesters to go back, and that was the thing which suddenly triggered violence in the part of Jama Masjid, where our colleague Bhavtosh and Mohit have been reporting from.